Yeah, we are on live right now as we speak. Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana. Let's move this back. June Balloon Junior. Come on, Nicole. We're going to have you over here.
Where I'm at?
Wherever you want to be. Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana.
I got Molly.
Hold on.
Ooh.
You want to sit in the middle, and the guys can sit on the end. Yeah. No, that's not. Okay. We're gonna talk them versus battles. Lenny, you gonna talk? Yeah, you. Who else I'm talking to? Yeah, we're gonna need your Brooklyn view, Leonard. Leonard. You gotta talk like that. Somebody laughing on here. Hey, what up, Mookie? Come on with it. They're gonna see Smitty too. That's good.
Yeah. From where I was standing, it looked like it'll get everybody.
Yeah. Can't get right. There you go. There they go. Oh, go. You gotta get in the camera. Who you got the paddle for?
Got that paddle.
Who you got the paddle for? You drink? Rum punch? She said, what are you Yeah, we drinking here.
Yeah. Not too much of a drinker, but always.
It's like, it's good. This tastes like banana pudding.
Banana pudding. Oh, she's drunk already.
It tastes like banana pudding.
She took a sip.
No, don't do that to me. Let's see.
I never made love.
So what have you been doing all this time?
Oh.
You've never done that.
It's rough. It's levels. It's levels.
Just text me. What do they want? Come on with it.
Do it to
Oh, so Larry said it's face towel, hand towel, and body towel.
See, that's why.
No, it's for the hands. She said that. She said it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll sit on the end. So, Smitty, you in there like swimwear.
Yeah, put me in, coach. Put me in the game, coach.
You in there, tag you it.
Put me in the game, coach.
You in there. Like swimwear. All right, you ready? Are we ready?
Yeah, we ready.
We ready, June. Come on now. What up? What? Why sound low? What up, everybody? It's your girl Gossip Viv, Gossip Time Radio, each and every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. at Zooway ENT with my lovely DJ and co-host
L. Smitty, baby.
who like ass and not.
Titties.
And then my other co-host,
Your boy Big June Balone, a.k.a. Zell. Let's go!
June Balloon, June the Boo. You might have to come over here.
I'm changing my name after this year.
Because you blocked Nicole. They got to see Nicole because Nicole's an important person this evening. Yeah. Pull it right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on over. Pull up on us.
Pull up on.
Yeah. So we got a couple of special guests in the building. She got her face covered. I don't know why. This is an important person in my life.
She gotta
She
hide.
is a very important person in my life. Her name is Nicole. She owns NEM the brand, and she goes by NEM the brand on IG. And what do you do? Tell us.
So I do hair removal, so that's waxing, sugaring, threading. I do facials, body facials, makeup, brow and lash tinting. Pretty much anything related to skin for the most part, I do.
Yes, in particular areas. Skin in particular areas. We got. What do you want to go by? Because you
Go by Splash.
Okay, go by Splash. We're gonna go by Lady Splash. And your name, sir?
I'm Los.
Los?
Yeah.
Where you from, Los?
Brooklyn.
Oh, what part?
Don't do that.
What part?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, he from Brownsville.
Chill.
Gucci over here.
Yeah.
There's
What part
butterflies
you
over there in
from?
Brownsville.
Oh, you from Flatbush, yeah, Jamaican.
Still
The
Gucci.
Jamaican area. Yeah, but Nicole is a very important person in my life. I met Nicole at an event. I spoke at an event with Duchess and Charity and a couple of other females. I think it was like a women empowerment event. And she said, you know, I do the waxing. And you know, I've never done a waxing before up until I met you.
Right.
I just, did the slim trim and the nail. And I never had a problem with that. But she told me there's another way to go.
Right.
And I've been going to her ever since. Although I will say that first rip of the strip was brutal.
That's a dope rap.
No.
First whip for the strip.
Yeah, it was brutal. The rip of the strip, she was like, what? So, the reason why I brought Nicole up here, not only because, she's the only female that's ever seen my woo-ha. She's seen me from the rooter to the tutor. I don't go that route, but she's the only woman that has seen me in that element.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm just, I'm looking up, there's a lot of men in here
Waiting for a
today.
reaction.
I'm waiting for the men to react. Right? And she does a good job. But there was a thread on IG that talked about people who go to get waxed. And a lot of people were making sexual comments.
Right.
Now, it has been my experience. I've been going to you for over 2 years now. I have never looked at you in a sexual manner, ever.
Right.
You have never made me feel good to me.
Right.
I just want to put that out there. No, in no way, shape, form, or fashion has she made me feel good down there. She just,
It's painful.
very much so.
Right.
Yes. And so these people were saying like they were in love with their wax people and they love how they put, after the strip rips, how you put the hand there to stop the burning sensation. So can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Do people love you?
I don't think in that way. I mean, I've had a couple of people make little remarks, but I'm heavy-handed. So, but I try to find like a happy medium between heavy-handed and not too gentle because that's not what I'm trying to accomplish. I don't want anyone to feel any kind of way beyond what we're here for.
Right.
So for me, I don't do a lot of rubbing, and I know what they're talking about because I've seen the videos of other professionals performing services, and it's too much touching, it's too much rubbing. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But I
Rubbing where?
What about blowing?
What?
Gotta be
Oh my gosh.
It's okay, kitty.
I've had someone ask me to blow on it. I've had someone ask me to blow on it before, but only because of like the sense, like
Yeah, burn.
not burn, but it's just a little, hurt. It was hurting a little bit. So but no blowing. I don't do that. Listen, my reputation is too important to me to be playing around with anybody.
And she's very professional. She does men and women.
Yes.
Now men get
Yeah, they do.
they stuff wax.
Yes.
I've seen the pictures.
Yes.
Oh, great conversation to have, right? The men get their stuff wax. How do men feel about that? That's got to be crazy because I know for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all got clippers for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the no nick joints. Them things is popping.
Yeah.
No nick joints.
I know about that. I know about the man clip.
Yeah.
And you saying
Lawnmower, you feel me?
That's what they call it. Lawnmower. Yeah.
Yeah.
so y'all all got this 3.0 lawnmower.
I got the whole set. I do.
Yeah, with the crop joints.
All that. I
Yeah.
even got the underwear.
Damn, I ain't get the
Yeah,
underwear.
I got all that.
Damn, you got one of
Yeah,
them.
I got all
So when men or women come to you and they say that they shave as opposed to waxing, what are your thoughts on that?
It's definitely not a good idea.
It's not, right? Because one, you could cut yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you're changing the way that the hair grows, you're changing the texture of the hair, and, that makes you more prone to ingrowns and breaking out, and you're just not getting long-term results. So it's really pointless. If you're someone who wants to just leave it be, then cool, but if you're trying to, maintain it nicely, have it low, then waxing is the best bet.
But the manscape don't really. If you use it right, you can use it in the shower with water running and all that. It don't cut you.
So some,
That's why I like.
are you cutting it all the way down to the skin though, or are you just?
Nah, I'm cutting it all the way down to the skin ball.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know I realize it don't cut you.
Right.
It don't cut you. You can use it while you in the shower with water. You know what I'm saying, and all that. So that's one of the things. But I know what you're talking about when it comes to other clippers.
I got a
Yeah.
question.
I have bled as if somebody shot me.
Oh,
So let's talk about that.
But
Really, she's right though. She's right about that.
got a
You will
C-section.
bleed. I'm certain clippers, you will bleed trying to shave yourself.
Have you ever cut yourself while?
Yeah.
Facts.
Manscaped,
And I think it has something to do with the follicles too, right? The hair follicles.
As far as what, when you
Yeah,
shave,
manscaping,
as far as the bleeding?
bleeding.
Not necessarily, because the shaving is just, that's just a skin thing. Like, that's not really
Okay,
about the
alright.
follicles. So,
Okay.
but,
I cut myself one time, and that was it.
everybody.
with
has.
the Manscaped joint?
Not
I
with the razor.
brought myself-
No, I never cut myself with the manscape. Just with the razor. I gave myself a C-section.
But other clippers, when I tried it, yeah, I cut myself with bled.
Yeah, because it's not for
But
the.
yeah, is it normal for men to have this job?
Huh?
Is it normal for men to have this job?
It's
I know,
not
like,
very common, but it's
I'm
people
pretty
are
sure
starting
like
to.
For men to have what?
the job.
To like do this type of, like do my job.
But you,
Oh, the strip job. Oh.
Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty sure like they wouldn't be finding like a homosexual like
But you didn't see-
like woman.
you guys
Right?
didn't
You know what I'm
see
saying?
that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
massage guy.
Yeah.
We seen a massage guy. That's a different thing. We talking about
Oh,
someone who works on the skin.
oh. Because he works in the body, not the.
That's a whole nother.
Enjoy his life.
Right. So do you see men that do the same line of work that you do?
Not really, but it's probably going to become more common like down the road. A lot of companies don't hire men for that position for obvious reasons.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there are some that like work for themselves that do it, and it probably will change eventually.
About straight.
tickle. Is that something?
Shake
That,
men and only do women clients.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wouldn't get back.
is that something we can start a masculine
Yeah.
movement over?
Yeah.
It could happen.
Is that something we can start a masculine movement over? You know, like how you got the feminist
I
movement.
tell you, they're crazy.
I see.
Hey, we want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
We're gonna
equal.
touch the nails and waxing. Nails and waxing. Men, straight men, nails and waxing.
I could be a waxer.
Now listen, we talking about waxing, but we also talking about waxing in a particular area on people's bodies, right? And I did say on the IG we were gonna be talking about pussy hygiene, vagina hygiene. Men, y'all be stinking down here too.
Yes.
Y'all be sweating, and
Yes.
you know, we not the only ones that y'all. You know,
Yeah.
it's equal on either side.
Gotta get that crop.
You gotta get that what?
Gotta get that crop.
That ball.
So
Yeah,
hair, you would say hair holds in the funk.
It definitely does. I mean, it's there for protection, so it definitely is supposed to prevent things from getting to the skin, getting to your pores. But if things get in there, once it's in there, that hair won't hold it.
Mhm.
So, I mean, sweat, buildup, debris, all of that is just, it's like 50-50 on both sides. The hair is there for protection, but it also holds everything. And I don't care how clean of a person you are, if you have a lot of hair and it's really thick and porous,
Yeah, because the hair
It's
is
on
different
it.
down there.
yeah, it is.
Why is that, God? The hair is different down there. Like, you can tell I'm black down there.
That's where everything come out at. That's why. That's where everything come out at. All your toxins come out at the bottom. That's,
You need that protection, so
Yeah,
it
that's
can
why.
come out of your hair.
That's why it's more
that's why
coarse.
it's more. It will be like that because a lot of our toxins don't come out of our mouth. It comes out of our
Yeah, I know.
penis and our butt. You know what I mean? And vagina in our butt. So it would be, you know.
So now, can we talk about the cleanliness of the people that get encountered? Right? So I'm one of your clients.
Right.
And I make it a point that before I see you, I don't care what time I see you.
Right.
I don't care if I took a shower that evening. If I'm going to see how I'm jumping in the shower, I'm shaving my legs, I'm making sure my you ain't gonna say nothing about me when I leave. I make sure I'm clean so she can do her job and then her day goes on. But we also had a discussion privately, right?
Right.
Because I'm just like, Well, let me ask her. I know somebody got to spread that because you got to really. She gets in there.
Right.
She tells you to lift your legs up, spread your cheeks.
Right.
Because it's like this, right?
She gets everything out of it.
Do you spread it with one hand?
Because
Like,
you women
No,
are like,
I do it. She don't do it.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to see the technique.
because it's like this, right? Mainly because it's like this, right? So you have to,
Yeah, I mean, the position they're in kind of opens it up, and then I just kind of use one hand. So,
Right.
You know.
Because you know, us DJs,
That's how
I feel like the DJ. No, for real, you know how to do the fader. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we not doing that.
like,
It's crazy.
I could just move the fingers without moving my
that's my
hand.
bro, but he's crazy.
Yeah, so I know that there are sometimes incidents where you might have a client and they're not as clean
Right.
as you would like.
Right.
How do you handle those situations? She's been wearing
Yeah, I
that.
feel it. Yeah.
She's been wearing that.
I feel like it's one of those jobs where you can handle it or you can't. It's really because you can't control how people are going to come in there smelling. And I only had a couple of incidents where it was too much for me. And I've been doing this for like 10 years. So it's like, a lot doesn't bother me.
So in what area? Because you know there's two holes.
I'm on both. I mean, sometimes there's feces in the butt strip.
Damn.
Sometimes there's buildup between the lips. I mean, and sometimes it's just like a lot of discharge or like a lot of smells or.
Yeah.
Put my drink down.
Off
Take a sip.
It's like you gotta think about it like this. Like, no, we're not gynecologists, but imagine what they see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not saying that.
Not saying you a gynecologist, but if you come to somewhere for somebody to do a service for you in a certain place, man, you need to go to the gynecologist,
All
goddamn.
right, now put it this
But
way.
some people don't even know how to properly cleanse.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you at least have the conversation with them, like, yo, like a pH low?
Yeah, have you ever
like,
had that?
You can do this, because I'm pretty sure you probably know a lot more than they do, because, you know,
So
most.
I started making soaps for that reason. I started
okay.
making products because I
Box
started to
soap.
realize that people don't really understand the difference between a natural smell and an unnatural smell.
Oh.
So I started making soaps that help with like body odor, all kind of things. You know what I mean? If someone suffers from BV or just yeast infections in general. And
BD stands for.
bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have soaps for that for the women, and then just soaps for universal for everyone. But just seeing all the stuff like that people come in there with, I just started making products that cater to that.
Mm.
So
No, I said.
But do you? I know. But do you have that conversation with them?
Yeah.
So you know I provide the whites for the service.
Right. Yeah.
So if they're sometimes a lot of people, some people don't want to use it because they feel like they don't need it. But if it's like too much going on, I will tell them I need you to use the white. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a hospital grade white. It's safe, you know, just for you to freshen up. But because I'm not a doctor, I can't really tell you, hey, you know, your pH is blah blah blah. It's shit. Yeah, like I can't do that. I can't diagnose you, but I definitely will say like little things to just kind of let people know, but that's such a sensitive topic. I don't want them to feel embarrassed. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but it's usually just you and them
Yeah.
in
Right.
the room.
But just me telling, like, if I hand you a wipe and you say, oh, I don't need it, and then after I look, I give it back to you, that's embarrassing enough. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I have to tread lightly on that.
Okay.
And still get your money.
Well, they gonna pay regardless.
Right.
She gonna make sure that.
Right.
Right, I know, but if she passing a wipe, then obviously she telling you something.
Like,
But
you
a lot of people
everyone.
don't get hits like that.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it's really, really bad, I will recommend some of my products or recommend them going like more maintenance, or I'll ask them questions like, what does their hygiene routine look like?
Mm.
It's just to see what they're doing, because if they're doing something wrong in that, I can just correct it right then and make other suggestions. Because like even with rags, you should be changing your rag every day.
Mm.
Every day.
Speak on it.
And a lot of people do not.
That's
A
true.
lot of people do not.
That's true.
If you want to use 2 different rags for face and body, that's fine.
That's right, yeah.
But at least use a different rag every day. Like, and a lot of people don't do that. So that alone is part of the problem.
I wanna know, you said there's a natural smell and an unnatural smell. What does a natural smell like?
That varies from person to person. So everybody's natural smell is not going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
But because people have this idea that, oh, we all have a smell, so that's normal, they don't really try to figure out more about their smell individually. So it's like, yeah, we all may have a smell, but it shouldn't be a strong smell. It shouldn't be a sour smell. It shouldn't. And then you have to pay attention to your discharge too, because if you have your discharge will kind of speak before the smell does sometimes. Or if you do have a smell, you look at your discharge, you kind of know that, okay, something's a little off. Like it should be kind of clear. It shouldn't really be colored unless you just got off your cycle or if you're on vacation. But like in general, it should be kind of clear and light. So it's a few things to kind of take in consideration when it comes to that.
Does pineapples work?
No.
Just
That's a
one?
myth.
I mean, it's cute. It helps
That's
a little
a
bit
myth.
if you're a healthy person already, if you're already eating healthy already. But if you are unhealthy and you eat pineapples, it's not going to do a whole lot. Like, no.
Just asking. What about water?
Listen,
That's important. Diet, I
Very
gotta
important.
say, diet in general is very important with how you smell.
Mhm.
Because what you eat is going to come out.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So you just basically. So this is a good way to tell them without telling them. You should suggest. Have you ever thought about going vegan? That's a good way to let them know.
Pescatarian.
I mean, some people don't have to go that drastic. A lot of it, honestly.
Some do.
Yeah, some do. Some should.
You can be on the fast.
Some should.
A detox.
But sometimes they don't smell good either. Like sometimes vegans don't smell good either. Sometimes it really is just how they cleanse themselves.
Now wash your hands.
Some people don't believe in showering every day.
Right,
Some
yeah,
people don't
that's
believe.
bad.
Yeah, like it's so
You're
many
right.
different
That's weird.
things.
It's very weird.
Right.
And people don't believe in using wash rags.
Right.
We was just having that conversation.
Yes.
They don't, they just take the bar soap. And it's usually the people on the other side of the spectrum of the color scheme. They take,
Clear.
yeah, the clear people, and they just put
You would be
that on.
surprised. It's
It's like-
pretty
Some of us-
broad.
Some of us.
Yeah, it's pretty broad.
It's-
It's not just.
Not the melanated guys.
Some people's idea
Not
of
Ruby and
beauty
Queens.
is just yeah, it's just
You know what I'm saying? Because you ever smoke somebody you ever smoke somebody, no matter what you thought they did, they just have an odor on
It's
them.
in their skin.
You just ever been around somebody and be like, God,
Yo.
damn, every time I'm around, it smell like chicken.
No
You
lie.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
damn.
What does
No
chicken
lie.
smell
They
like?
didn't even cook
Is it
chicken.
fried
Right, no,
I
I
can
get
see that
it.
for example.
I get it, though.
Nah, no
or
lie.
that dusty ass house odor.
Yeah.
Like everything is ranky and danky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You be around people.
But they're so immune to it that they don't even realize.
They don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Alright, what about so for example, when I'm DJing at the clubs, the same people that see me every time they give me a hug. And sometimes I can smell it and sometimes I can't. What is that?
What?
Like
They washed that day.
What?
They washed that day.
Wait, no. Bring that back.
Right.
What did you just ask?
Alright, so you know how like when girls go to the club, they wear like the dresses. Sometimes that smell be so loud that I can smell it before they come.
On the dress?
No, I can just smell it. Period.
Just an odor?
Yeah, just like just a little bubble around, and like once you get in that
Yeah.
circumference, you like woo, like.
She's
And
smelling
sometimes I
like
don't
ooh.
smell it. Yeah.
Or is it early in the night or is it later in the night?
Nah, I be like kind of in the middle.
Why?
Because everybody usually get to the club around.
I was
Well,
gonna
what
say,
is that? What is that smell?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
a good smell or not?
No. This is what you like?
An odor from the outside smell?
That's like
Kind of like if somebody always smell like mildew, but they never know. And then like they come around like got odor.
Smells.
Like mildew, smell mildew. And what that person smell weird. It smell like mildew.
Facts.
Laundry. Oh, laundry.
Yeah, like you can smell that stitch. Like you.
Dirty laundry. I've been around a lot of people that smell like dirty laundry. You know it was out the hand.
You know what I used to think?
Serious?
No, I still think it. I used to think like when it smell like that means someone just got finished smashing them. And
Wait, what?
But even with that though, if your odor strong like that, you
right.
dirty.
It shouldn't be creating that type of
You still
smell.
dirty.
Ooh, I got a question.
alright, go ahead.
Can you tell if someone had sex, right, and a dude splashed off at the girl, and then she goes to get waxed by you and didn't take a shower? Can you tell?
I'm not gonna say. Well, what I will say is sometimes I can tell if someone's been sexually active.
How can you tell?
Before. The way that it looks sometimes is sometimes the way their skin is. So sometimes, like I'll say, hey, you know, if you were just recently active, this is gonna be a little irritating. And they'll be like, oh, well, yeah. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. It's just something that you can kind of see and tell sometimes. And since we're waxing you, you know, that makes you more sensitive. So that could create like a reaction if your skin is already a little sensitive from previously having sex. So I have to just give it a heads up, like, hey, you know, just be careful, or just put some of this on your skin, blah, blah, blah.
I can imagine the conversations that you had.
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. That's what they say down here when they say, that's really like a nice way of them saying, go fuck yourself. Bless your heart. You know, we
Oh yeah.
Like, couldn't be me.
Bless that box.
Right.
Bless it. Bless the box.
Bless.
No, but can women go to get their Wuha waxed if they're on their menstrual?
Yes. With me, they can. You just have to wear a tampon or a cup. Some companies don't allow that for obvious reasons, but if you have something in there protected, I will service you.
You get money. She get money. She get
Now-
It
money.
doesn't bother me, so, but like I have some people who have gone places before and they would not.
Cause me, I try to
Yeah.
schedule you when that is not around.
Right.
Listen, I have her time in my thing. I
Okay,
was like,
you
all
don't
right.
want to know all of that. But
How
I know,
often do you have to go?
but I know that you wouldn't do
How-
that, and I know
I
that.
would
for a fact.
never.
How
My
often do you have to
sister,
go?
I know that. So
Me?
It's
For her,
big.
I like to go. I like to go every 6 weeks to her because then it's enough growth down there that she can rip off and I'm clean.
My sister
Now,
said,
if I go earlier than that, I'm not gonna have enough.
Need-
So it might be a little bit more painful because the hair is not long enough. So when she do like that,
It rips out.
it rips out.
Okay.
Now, if I wait too long,
Right.
which was my last appointment, which was my last appointment, it was
Bush.
like it was something down
Y'all
there.
never lie, y'all. She is not bushy. She's never been bushy. Chloe, cut the dramatics.
Yeah.
I felt like that last appointment. I was
Yeah.
longer than normal.
No.
And I
Bro.
didn't even take my aspirin. I normally take a couple aspirin before I see her. And I didn't, and it was like whoosh, and I was like, ugh. But I know the end result is good. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
So how long does that linger?
But
Like after she do the strip and she rip the
that
strip?
depends on the person.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel it a little bit when I'm in the car driving home.
Yeah. Some people are tender afterwards for 24 hours.
It's like getting a haircut.
I
I
ain't
don't feel nothing.
It's probably like getting a haircut for guys, as far as when it comes to sharp clippers and this, that, and third. Except for she using a wax.
No, I think it's different. I got my arm waxed before as a demonstration to show that a woman can tolerate more pain than men. Yeah, I definitely lost that. But yeah, she put the hot gel on there and ripped that shit off, and that shit was bothering me for like 2 hours.
Everybody's different. Most people, they're fine before they leave.
But that was my very first time experiencing that. First of all, that shit was hot. Do you do
It's
it?
supposed to cool it off.
Yeah,
She cools it off.
Maybe it was too hot.
Yeah, that shit was burning. Like when she put the gel on there, that shit was like
Now
hot.
imagine it down there.
Yeah, it
I
should.
know, that's why I ain't never getting my shit waxed.
It should have been. It should have been that hot. It should have been that
No.
hot. Yeah, that was too hot.
Yeah, that's crazy. Have you ever had a situation where you performed a service and the person did not pay you?
No.
Because you about that life.
I try not to be, but you know, I need my money like everybody else does.
Right.
Thank
Okay.
God, I'm not ran into that.
Okay, so now let's talk about some other things, right? Because I feel like, and I know this may be a little, when women have their periods, some women just bleed lightly and other women bleed out like they need to be in ICU.
Heavy flow.
I'm one of those women that need to be in ICU. In fact, I need to remove my uterus, in all honesty. I need to, which is why I don't go to you during that time. But have you ever had an experience where women went to you and there was, even though they had their thing in there was blood still coming out?
Yeah, a little bit. Or sometimes like if they have the tampon, sometimes it'll like come out. But I just push back in. Or if they're like bleeding,
You the real MO.
if bleeding,
Yeah.
I just push back in. Or if it's like bleeding beyond beyond that, I'll just put like some little
I'm promoting
towels
this.
up there. And
Yeah, she's dope.
I'm
She's
promoting
dope.
her.
Or thank you. I had people who didn't know they were gonna be on their period, and their period started while I was servicing them, and I just hurried up and then told them afterwards because I didn't want them to feel embarrassed.
I'm promoting
They didn't know they were on. Like it started while I was doing it. So
Oh,
You got some pads for him?
She's dope.
I keep all natural tampons and panty liners.
She's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
we
yes.
were already doing the
She's
shit,
dope.
so they
Yeah,
didn't know.
yeah,
you
yeah.
I
know?
don't go to nobody but her.
Right.
And you know what's so crazy? Because there was one time I couldn't schedule an appointment. I think you were busy or whatever. And Tara was like, "Oh, I have a waxer." I said, "Mm." Oh wait, ain't nobody else going in there.
Right. Gotta be loyal.
I got
Right.
you.
Not even loyal. I'm just, I'm
Gotta be-
funny about that. Like you're in
It's
my
a commitment.
private area.
Yeah.
She been in there for 2.5 years. Y'all not going to nobody else. You got to be out your mind.
Right.
Like it's all barbers, man.
Need got
We got the promo. We got the promo.
Hey yo, whether you stink, reek, or stink, Neat got you. No, reek, stink, or bleed, Neat got you. Go to Neat. I'm gonna let y'all
Go
know
to
now.
Nicole. Go to Nicole.
Yo, go to Neat.
But let you know, outside of that, you don't just do waxing. You do other things. And then I know you do facials. You've tinted my eyebrows before. I have a scar on my face that nobody knows. Yeah.
No, I saw that she did that too.
Do you do lashes too?
Not anymore. I don't really enjoy doing lashes, so I just kind of tell myself I don't really want to offer services. I don't enjoy doing
People
it.
be on it with them lashes. They be,
Yeah, I need
they
mine
be
done.
booked up.
Supposed to be like this. Girls be having lashes like this.
Yeah.
Look, both of their lashes be like this.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So can I ask you guys a question? Because that was another topic online. Because us women, we like lashes. We feel like it makes us look feminine and
Most
You
of
do.
them.
But
Yeah.
I had a conversation with a number of men who said they could give two fucks about some lashes.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't give a damn
So what
about
are your
that.
thoughts on lashes? Like you don't care? Like what's the deal?
So, me personally, like, my honey know how to get lashes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been around other girls that know how to get lashes. Some girls just don't know how to get lashes.
The shit with the trap.
Like my honey, she'll get some shit that come in the eye a little bit, boom, boom. You would know that she got lashes. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around other honeys that had these thick ass airbrush, like look like a fucking wave brush that men use in their eyes, and they this long. And nah, that's not it. You gotta know what you're doing when you get in your lashes, or don't get them.
Y'all don't like the drinks.
Look
with
at
the-
you.
The thick trap.
This shit
I
fire.
think I just got strips though. I can't.
But see, that's what I'm saying, and I think they individual, right?
No, they
No,
strips.
not
They
straight.
I
strip.
can't do individuals.
Yeah, but look, what see, that,
But
you're
you
a
know,
prime
like-
example of good ass lashes. You understand? And like my girl, when she do get lashes, she get little.
She like
I'm talking about the
She
strips
don't
that
get
you can
that.
see.
That's the lashes I like. I don't like the new
Like the
lashes.
shit that
Nah,
they
that's
got
sick. Nah, that shit whack.
that look like it's a zipper, like they zip that lash on you. You can't
So
wait.
heavy they can't keep their eye on.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Like,
They blink 2 times quick and they
You know?
give you a
Do
bruise.
y'all care about lashes?
I don't.
Nah, I don't really care. Like, as long as it look nice, like if you're not out here looking like
Right.
Snuffleupagus,
right?
you know.
It's nothing like
Because
that's it right there.
I prefer you without them or
Yeah.
with them. It don't matter. The
I don't
point
really
is you
care.
get them. Yeah.
If you like them, I like them as long as they ain't looking too crazy.
Crazy, yeah. Looking like the damn Pontiac. Like,
Yeah, I don't care
the
about
headlights and all that shit. That shit
Yeah,
is
I'm cool with them as long as they done professionally.
And
Like
nice.
some backyard out,
Yeah.
out the back garage, and she practicing. So as long as they look nice and they look right on, I'm good.
Yo, you ever see someone that always wear lashes that when they take their lashes off, it look like they don't have lashes?
I knew he was going to
That
go
shit-
some other place.
Yeah,
I
that
knew
shit
he was going to
goes-
go some other place.
Bro, I was in Atlanta last week and it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like the gas station,
Yeah.
everywhere. And it's like, look, windshield wipers everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
And you also do makeup services. So what kind of makeup do you do? Because I know there's like 3 types, like normal
Yeah.
and
If someone wants like a little natural look,
yeah,
yes,
natural.
they want some glam, or someone wants to be dramatic and want all the glitter and stuff and all of that. So just those 3 for me.
Okay.
I offer.
Now you also offer, if your woo-ha is not healthy, you offer that, what's that steam thing?
Oh, so you can
Mhm.
get, so I offer vajacials and
What?
facials.
Wait, say that again, slow?
Say
No, so it's a vajacial and then
Vajacial.
it's a facial for the
Oh, Vajacial.
Yes.
Okay. I thought I was tripping.
I offer that for men too. So everything I offer men can get into.
They call it a brosacial.
Right.
Okay.
But what is it?
Yeah.
I need a
It's a
definition.
facial for the bikini. So like just like some people have bumps and stuff on their face or texture issues,
Oh.
it's the same thing down there. So
Blemishes and
people
shit
want to
like
fix it.
that.
Right. Discoloration, loose skin, whatever the case may be. Some people want to, tighten it up, fix it. So I have that for them too.
Mm. And the steam. What does the steam do?
Okay, so you're talking about the G-steam.
Yeah.
So that's for the uterus lining. So that basically just helps to shed your uterus. So if you've like had kids or miscarriages, anything like that, sometimes it will help with tightening.
Tighten it up.
But sometimes there's things that are still inside of our womb that doesn't get released, and that steam basically just helps to pull it out.
Wow.
So
And men can do it as well, but it
What?
would be for
For their ass?
wait, what?
Right.
What?
So it's really good.
Wait. Let her go about that. I just
Okay.
want to hear what she's gonna say.
It's really good because if you're like an athlete, or you're really active, the way that it goes up, it'll help release the muscles, the tension, everything. And it also helps
Really?
with regulation, period.
Right, because
Wait, what you mean the way
it's
to
not
go
really able to travel through the penis, right?
No.
That's what
Well,
you're
you
saying.
talking about the
Yeah,
steam
That's
on
what
the
you're saying,
thing?
right?
Like it's
put
gonna
the
go
steam
in
on
the
the thing?
anus.
It'll go in the anus and all of
Right.
that, whatever it is, it'll release through the anus, right?
Right.
But because it can't release through the penis.
Right. It's
Because
not,
it will hurt.
Right.
So you
Well,
were
no,
releasing
hurt
the
a man.
penis through the
It will
anus?
hurt a man, and I get what she said. That's why I want to know.
Wait, hold on. I'm lost.
It's not gonna hurt or anything.
Through a
like
penis,
that.
it will.
Well,
Wait.
it's not really anything that's gonna come out of the penis. For the men, it's more so just to help regulate you, and it'll help to like loosen like the tension that sometimes men have from like working out or if they're athletes. It's gonna help with like the muscles. So it's a little different for the men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or if
Okay.
a man is sexually active, then it's good to help keep that clean for them. But for women,
Wait, keep what clean for them?
well, I mean, some
Yeah,
men
what?
who are sexually active,
That's gay?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So that
Forget
You
about it.
wanted to make it clear
I
to
wanted to
know.
make it clear.
That,
Yeah.
that's good for them as well to help keep them
Right,
clean.
right,
And then
right. I
for
got
women, it's both ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So the women can do it in the
So-
booty too.
so
well, the
regular,
steam is gonna go in the butt regardless.
so regular
Okay.
in men and women,
Well, women, but
Do-
the men is only gonna go in the butt.
it will go in the vagina for women.
Well, right.
So it's not for us heterosexuals.
No, it is. It is
So
because
how,
it's beneficial for
how are
y'all
we gonna
too.
clean?
It's because
Yeah,
it's
I'm
going
trying
through
to
the
make
anus.
sense. What?
It's just the benefits are different.
So in other words, it's like a laxative.
It can be.
It can be.
It can
Right.
be.
Right. Okay.
But
Okay.
it's
I'm
more
on the
so-
right track.
Okay. I would just take the liquid. I'm good.
But it's more so for like your muscles and like
She's saying
things like- yeah.
I thought you steamed the penis and then come out your butt.
Yeah, but I'm not an athlete. I'm just a regular smuggler. I'm
I thought that's what it was.
No.
No.
just a regular smuggler.
She's talking about the openings,
Right.
not. And I
She's
know there's
going
a
big.
hole there in the penis, but it's not big
Right.
enough
Oh, no,
for
no.
that.
To go through.
I thought you was
We
going to
will
like
be done.
a hot rag and this.
Yo, we will be done. Smitty, be quiet. If we go through there, we will be done.
Oh, no, thanks. I ain't got
Interesting. Interesting. I've never got a vajacial, but now that I hear about it, I think I want to try one. How much? Okay, so these services, what are the ranges? Because a lot of people will come to me and say, hey, where do you go to get this, that, and the third? And they ask me a price, and I'm like, I don't even know how much I pay because I don't even pay attention. I just know I need it and I just pay.
Right.
But I know people are on a budget, So how around how would you?
So Brazilians, just basic, is 60 for me.
Okay.
Yes, a Brazilian wax is 60 for me, but
And does the Brazilian include
but
the,
sure.
it includes the butt strip? Because I remember you put a post up and said that a lot of people when they go and get waxed, they don't always get the butt strip.
Right.
Why is that?
Some people think it's gonna hurt really bad, or they think they don't.
That's
do
the
it.
least.
Right.
That don't hurt at all.
Right. Or they like, oh, I don't really need it, but yeah, you do. There's hair back there, and it's peeking. Like it peeks through the lips. Like not that the hair is gone everywhere else, it's more noticeable.
Mm.
So it's pointless to leave it.
Okay. And what about your other services?
So well, I offer a lot. So the G-Steam is
Yeah, you do offer a lot.
It's $50, and it comes with a complimentary foot soap. And then
So you do mani pedis too?
no.
Just a foot soak.
So that is just like kind of like
Like a
going to
detox? type thing?
Yeah.
Toxins out the
Yeah.
bottom of it, because toxins come all the way out the bottom of your foot.
Right.
Yeah.
What else do I do? Makeup, the basics starts at like I think 45 or 50, goes up to 65.
Yeah.
So honestly, for me to have been doing this as long as I have, my prices are really reasonable.
Affordable. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
yeah.
They're really reasonable. There's people that haven't been doing it as long as I have and charge way more. So like, just speaking on a Brazilian, like the low end is 65 in Charlotte.
Okay.
But
Alright.
people charge more than that.
Yeah, so like, so a girl's on, like, she's about to have a wedding, and she came to you for the works.
Right.
That would be like, how long would that take? Would that be like something like,
It really depends on their hair and how well they're taking it. If their hair comes out really well, if they can handle
like
it, then-
foot soak, all of that, like, steam it up, beam it up, Scotty, whatever?
I mean, maybe
Oh my
the
God.
G steam, that's like a 20-minute service. So if they do that and some waxing, like full body waxing, maybe 2 hours. But again, it just depends on how well they take and how well their hair comes out. If their hair doesn't come out that well, it's gonna take a while.
And what's the difference between waxing and sugaring?
Sugar.
Yeah, she offers that service as well.
It's still hair removal, it's just a different product. So, sugaring is all natural, it's a lot better on the skin than waxing is. Waxing is a little bit more harsh, it hurts a little bit more. If you are someone who has like eczema, psoriasis, or just certain skin conditions, like you're not recommended to wax, but you can still sugar.
Okay.
What's the process of sugaring?
Yeah.
It's not like you
It's pretty much the same thing as waxing, it's just a different technique. So like, you go with wax, you go with the hair growth and pull against the hair growth. Sugaring is the opposite, but sugaring can literally be done just like waxing.
So the product is it like sugar?
It's citric acid, purified water,
Oh, okay.
and sugar.
Got you.
That's it. You just cook it to work for certain hair types. So depending on how you cook it, it can be for like really resistant hair or really fine hair, really, you know what I mean? Or you could just make a neutral sugaring and it could work for most people's hair.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't, that's something a brand new term, sugaring.
Sugaring is ancient. Like that's been around before waxing was even thought of. It's just not as popular as waxing is, but it's becoming more popular now.
I like this.
Highly skilled.
Highly skilled. Yeah, I don't go to no just anybody. I wouldn't have just anybody. Now I'm gonna have some people reached out to me and they were like, oh, you know, I do the waxing and I want to come. I'm like, I've never experienced your service, and I can't recommend something
Now,
I've
we
never.
want to need.
Yeah.
So let everybody know where they can find you on social media and if they wanted to make an appointment, how they can, set that up with you.
So I'm on Instagram. It's N_E_M_ the brand. I do have a website, nemthebrand.com. The booking process, you can either call, text, or email. A deposit is required for me. I know a lot of people hate that deposit thing, but it has to be done.
Right.
That's only right.
Advantage.
And if you don't show up, you don't get it back.
Right. So
Tell them.
that,
So,
it
now I'm
has to be
refundable,
done.
you heard?
Right,
But the thing is your worth.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. She's worth it. So I'd be like,
Just
how
pay up
much?
front.
Send the bill.
Pay it up front.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Call Zell, I can get you in there.
Fact.
I'm telling you.
You balling on lots of
Don't
times,
you got
you heard?
the cash? You can get it all cash. Not half, I said hash. You can get it all cash. Just call Zell, I can get you in there. I'm telling you. You can get it all cut off. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she's a rarity. We gotta protect her.
Yeah.
She's a rarity.
Yeah.
You don't hear this type of
Yeah, we
quality
don't.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Facts.
Thank you. I
Facts.
appreciate
Talk
it.
about it.
I appreciate it.
Listen, I told you I don't play. When I get something done, I go to the right people.
Facts.
Yeah. And where's your thing located? Or you don't want to get
no,
that
it's
out?
fine.
Oh, okay.
5511 Monroe Road, Suite 105. It's right in between like South Park and Uptown,
Dope.
and not too far from University.
Yeah. Because I live close to university.
Right.
Is it, question, is it disrespectful for a man to suggest a wax person to a lady? Like, is that
No.
I'm just asking, because I don't know how this shit work. I don't know.
No, a lot of guys send their women to me, and vice versa. Like I have.
Oh, no, I'm not
people
saying,
that
like,
come together.
I'm just talking about, like, women in general. Like,
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
I don't think so.
I just don't. I'm just saying.
Just letting y'all know right now, When y'all come to NE, we don't do
You
no
gotta
happy
change
endings.
your
Nah,
whole name.
I'm saying the brand. I'm saying NE, the brand. You come there, we ain't doing no happy endings or none of that.
Ain't no lumber
You'll
long
get in
time.
trouble. You'll get in trouble fucking with my family. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no happy endings or none of that. It's happy ending when you pay that money and you take your ass home and get what you asked for.
Right.
Just letting you know now.
She's professional. She's about her business.
That's what we talking about.
Yes, and then you get what
Send
you
my
pay, you
girl.
get what you pay for.
Facts.
You will not
Yep.
leave disappointed.
Facts.
Yeah, which is
You gotta
great.
send your girl to get waxed so she can come home and get waxed.
Right.
Feel me?
Let her go get waxed so she can come home and get waxed.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean taxed.
Jesus Christ. Can we go into another subject
I got one
though?
quick question.
Yeah.
So would you suggest men come to you
Yes.
for a vasectomy?
Wait.
No,
Oh.
she's a
I
waxer.
don't know, but the thing is, sometimes.
You have to remove the hair, or the doctor
Yeah, you
does
do.
it.
I
Yeah.
had a vasectomy, so you got to make sure that is done properly.
A word?
Yes.
What happens if you have
Oh,
hair?
my man.
That's
Because
They're gonna
why.
shave
with
it.
any procedure, if you don't get it done, a
I thought-
doctor will remove it for you.
Oh, he was shaving yourself?
He will
Really?
shave it his what?
But he
Do
just
you
gonna-
shave it for
They-
you?
Right.
They gonna play tic-tac-toe on
You're
your
talking
ass.
about surgery.
Right.
Right, but they gonna
They're
play
not doing
tic-tac.
it like
Got
she
you. You gonna
would.
do it.
How
Right,
they do
yeah,
it.
you said yeah.
Oh, so you saying like
Right.
that could be like the first step
Yeah.
before you go?
Yes.
Oh, so that'd be good enough?
Because the doctor
I think that would be better.
tic-tac-toe on you.
So you don't look crazy.
Better.
It
Right.
would be better. I'm letting you know that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's another service.
Yeah.
That men,
How much do vasectomies cost?
depending on your insurance.
Without insurance. Just
Insurance covers vasectomies? I thought that was like
Medical.
No, I know it's medical, but I thought that was an elective
It
service.
depends on, but like the hospital too. Because when I work for a private hospital, Catholic hospital, no. Well, regular hospital.
Yeah, because
yeah,
Catholics, they want you to
yeah,
keep
regular hospital
reproducing.
here, it was. So
I don't want you to keep shooting.
well, now they covered it.
Yeah, because I was always told like certain elective services are not covered,
Mhm.
especially if that's something that you want. They want
Right.
if it's not considered medically necessary.
I ain't getting no vasectomy no time soon.
Well, you're only 29.
I'm shooting everything up.
Yo,
Yeah, he is. He's not lying. He's not lying.
I hate this
How
killer.
many kids you got?
This killer right here is crazy.
He's from
Shit.
Brownsville. Hello? He's from Brownsville,
I'm telling
Brooklyn.
this killer to chill out.
Guns blazing.
Guns blazing, he don't care and he don't strap up.
Nah, don't do me like that.
I don't know your business. I'm just making a joke. I'm just making a joke. But he did just have a baby in January.
Nah, that was.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But okay, can we please? I know the JJ hygiene and everything like that. Can we please talk about this versus battle that happened on Tuesday, August 3rd at Madison Square Garden? Can we talk about this massacre that the Locks did to my people, the Dipset? Your cousin.
What I tell y'all? What I tell
Your
y'all?
cousin.
That's what we doing?
This is what we gonna do. This is gossip time. This is what we gonna do. And you can chime in at any point.
What we doing?
So listen, can we start from the beginning?
They got waxed.
Hey, you're a DJ. You're a
Yeah.
DJ, you've been around. It started from the beginning.
From
When
the very
everybody
beginning.
got on
Whoa.
stage
That.
and talk about it. Technician did his motherfucking thing. He did his thing.
He did.
Who was that other DJ? What was his name?
DJ don't know how to DJ.
What was his name, Smith? You know?
Don't know how
I
to
know
DJ.
technician. I ain't.
Yeah, everybody knows technician.
See,
So I watched the battle with Special Ed.
I mean, I'm
What you mean? Oh, you did?
Yeah, we watched it. We watched it.
I know Ed said a lot of shit, didn't he?
Ed was
He went in,
typing.
right?
I was
putting
on the
comments
beginning.
in there. Huh?
I was talking about it in the beginning, like, yo, when technician stopped DJing in the beginning,
Yeah.
and the other dude came on, I was like,
Yes.
what the fuck? Put technician back on.
I said, can somebody
Everybody
please
knows that
tap
from me.
Tech on the shoulder and tell him to come back on? What is he doing?
We must have took a bathroom break or something.
Nah, he was standing there. Cause it was like they had to take turns cause Tech was with the Locks.
I just
So
see
with
eye
every-
contact.
with
When I see
every-
eye contact, that's when the switch over came.
Listen, the versus battle, any versus, every artist has
Has
their own DJ. They all have their own DJ and then
That they're comfortable with.
right. So my homeboy DJ Thorough, he had Raekwon. Raekwon went against Ghostface.
Right.
Right? And I forgot who Ghostface
Which shouldn't have
had.
never happened.
Right, but
They brothers.
Yeah, I ain't understand that.
yeah, I didn't understand
I ain't
that
understand
either.
either, but it is what it is.
Right? So we had Dipset versus Lock. So for me, it started from the DJ. I knew right then and there it was looking grim. But I still, anybody that knows me knows I have my money on Dipset. You know, I have my money on your cousin. The whole Dipset crew. And I'm like, you know, I was battling the person I'm dealing with because they had the locks and they were like, oh, it's about to get washed. I was like, do you know the Dipset? Do you know what kind of music they got? And
But
I don't know why I went against that man.
And they still do have the music.
They
Fact,
do.
that's
They're
my
not
thing.
taking that
Right.
from them.
But it just was a
But
different.
that's what I said last week.
ballgame.
I said Dipset had to me and for me, Dipset had a bigger impact on culture than the Locks did. But the Locks
They
just got a long catalog.
They do. They
the
get
Locks
away.
catalog is crazy.
Yeah.
See, it's a difference in culture and streets.
Yeah.
See, the Locks got the
The
streets.
streets on
Yeah.
lock.
Jim Jones and them and Cam and them got the culture because this is what the kids was running with back then.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, it's a difference in, and not, I don't want to put it out there like I'm being biased, but they more game related.
Yeah.
Locks is not game
Styles
related.
P used to be in the
No,
game when you
they all game.
No, they're not.
No,
They're
not all
Locks
of
is
them.
not the game. Locks is not with the game.
I'm talking about Dipset.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Not necessarily can, but more so.
Joel.
Yeah, but they ran the
Joel,
streets.
yeah.
Jewels, they ran the street as Bloods, and they got a following. Do you hear me? Dipset got a following. When it comes to the culture, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to the streets, the Locks is different. They are more solid and street savvy. Not saying that they not. Not saying that Dipset not, because they come along with the game. What comes along with it? Street savvy. You understand? But before games, we dealing with before games. The Locks is dealing with before games. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So that's where that comes in at. You understand? So that's why it went two different ways.
Another reason why it went.
Yeah, Mike.
Another reason why it went a different way. If you think about it, like if you look at it from like a Dipset, like from the Dipset side, like Jim has only been like musically the most active within the past like couple of years.
Right.
As far as the Locks, they're still doing shows singly
And making the music and mixtapes.
So
Yeah.
you can see it within the performance. It was
They a
all
group.
as a group. Like you got Joel's, he went to jail, lost teeth.
Oh, y'all doing Joel's like this.
He said, "We're in jail."
Hold on.
Nah, but even then, before the jail shit, they never went on tour. Dipset never went on tour.
No,
Wait a
I
minute,
think
now
they
they
They was on tour a few times.
They did shows. They never went on tour.
They wasn't on tour. They wasn't on Hard Knock Life.
No, they.
No, that was Cash
they-
Money.
They did the Rock and Mike tour. That was
Okay.
a big deal.
Shows. I remember them doing shows.
They
did shows,
but
they didn't do a
never
tour.
did like.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
think they like besides like the Rock and Mike tour. I don't think they ever.
It's
did,
it's
like,
a difference.
But
When
they
you,
going
when
on
you do
tour
a
now.
tour,
Yeah.
you have to build chemistry. Like,
Right.
because the tour ain't gonna be good.
What?
It ain't even always about touring either. You supposed to build chemistry with shows.
Shows, yeah.
With the people.
So you're not gonna just use a tour for chemistry.
Nah, it's
You
different.
have to build
But listen,
chemistry with your shows.
I know this personally. Doing clubs and going to a club and turning up is a lot different from doing concerts, bro. It's like it's a whole different essence that you're bringing to. When you do a concert, you're doing things out the box.
So you saying they never did a concert?
No, they
No,
do concerts,
they-
but I'm
they-
saying
They
they
did
never.
concerts.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, but
I
they
don't
never.
think-
they don't have
They
it.
don't perform collectively as a group as much as
Together.
Rock does.
Can I say
Why not?
something?
Why not?
Well, I want to jump in and intercept with that.
Chemistry.
Not only chemistry, I think, and it's my opinion because I do know Joel. Me and Joel used to rock hard back in the day. And anybody could go on my Facebook, my IG. I've known Joel's for a long, long time. My ex-husband worked with Jimmy. Jimmy is, how he got that Audi on Love and Hip Hop was because of my ex-husband. He got him a deal.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He worked a lot with Jimmy. Cameron, I don't really know Cam. You know, that's your family. I don't, but my relationship was more with Jimmy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy came to the house. Jimmy done met my kids. You know what I'm saying? Joel, I was always, sorry. I was always doing stuff with Joel. Can we get paper towels, please? I'm sorry. That's not my, I'm sorry, it's my fault.
Listen, go.
But I feel like with Dipset, it's a lot of beef, underlying beef that although has been resolved,
Talk about it.
is lingering there.
Talk about
And
it.
it showed. And I watched Fat Joe do a live yesterday. And Fat Joe was making a lot of great points. Because a lot of the question was, why wasn't Cameron coming out on stage on time while everybody else was out on stage? They said Cameron was ready to leave. He was ready to leave Madison Square Garden. And when the guy who did the boxing thing, who introduced Cam, for some reason Cam had a change of heart and said, I'm going to go back. Already there is no unity within that camp that he was going to leave. How are you going to leave a versus battle when you are the main member of Dipset?
I mean, you also
And
seen
no
like
disrespect. Go.
you also seen like when Jim and Joel was performing, like Cam wasn't like he's playing the background. Now you could say that, oh, he letting them get their shine or whatever.
Nah.
But also when you seen
If you don't know the history.
right.
It's
If
like
you don't know the history, you would say that.
Yeah, it was shade, for real.
When you seen D-Block performing, you seen all of them there collectively.
Together.
I always realize they never broke up.
And they broke up, yeah.
Hold on.
I got it.
Oh.
I got a side note
Anything
for
that they
this.
ever had going on, you never knew about it.
Why was Freaky Zeke walking
He
around
was a
like a
clown,
crackhead that got a
He was just
that
clown.
had,
That's
that
always
had a
been freaky.
sweatsuit?
Yeah, but that
from
wasn't the
Benz.
time for that.
Why you like he had a sweatsuit from Benz on?
That
bro?
wasn't the
Like,
time. No, I don't care
I
about
know you're not
that.
too.
They all get fresh, but
They
that
do.
wasn't the time for that to be
Right.
dancing around. This was a real New York bring it back
Yeah, like he was
battle.
looking
So
crazy.
it wasn't
Like
about the time for that. Now, as far as whatever Cam and Jim and Joel's got going on, it showed.
It does.
It always shows. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you gotta realize something. Cam is the leader.
He is?
Cam is emotional. I know that's your family and all that, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna keep real. Cam is emotional. You see what happened? Son was rapping to him. He kicked that nigga. That could have went left.
Yeah, I seen when he kicked
Was emotional.
Styles P.
Like, if you my man, that would have never happened. You just would have had sat there and let me talk my shit, and then I'd have got you back in a little while. That's emotional shit right there. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to fam. You know what I'm saying? To your family. But I'm gonna just keep it real. From the eyes outside seeing, that was some emotional shit. All he was doing was rapping to him. Son, kick that nigga.
but he was already disturbed.
That could have
He
right.
was. He didn't even want to be there.
Yeah,
He didn't want to be there.
He did it for them. Kim did
No,
that shit for them.
he did it for Dipset.
Right.
He didn't do it for them. And
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
He did it for the
Dipset.
culture.
Because
no,
really, they're
and
supposed to
for
have,
Joel's, because he still has a great relationship with Joel.
and it's supposed to have Dipset, and it's supposed to have them diplomat niggas there to really.
So
take
I
it there.
spoke to Sin City via social media.
I need a mop. No, not like that though.
Sin, anybody that knows Sin City, that's my homeboy. He's down with Dipset. He's part of Dipset. Sin told me that when they had that meeting of what songs they were gonna play, he said he got outvoted, with the exception of Cam. He got outvoted. But there's a lot of people who are involved with Dipset that felt like they had input that could have helped them against the Lox, and it just wasn't received.
Because it could have been a better battle. I know
So
for
a
fact
lot
it
of
could've been.
people tend to forget about the whole Cameron and Jimmy thing, and it started with Yandy. It
Right.
started with Yandy when
Right.
Yandy was Jim's manager,
Right. You
and
sure right.
Jim started getting disrespectful on TV with Yandy, and Yandy was with Mendices. Anybody that know Mendices, outside of that TV shit, Mendices is a street dude.
Yeah, he
Like,
ain't for play.
No, he's not for play, and I know he's like a little dude, and he's really not for play. That TV stuff is really just that TV stuff, and he felt like you are dissing my girl. Like, what are you doing? You a man? First of all, no man should be dissing no
He was
female. The
talking
way
about
that
Jimmy.
Jimmy was dissing Yandy.
Yeah.
And so Mendices checked him. And then it became, remember Cameron and him, stopped talking, and then Jimmy went with 50. That happened before that, and there was already tension. And then it was like the whole "you wasn't there" movement came from
Not
Cameron
at all.
telling Jimmy you wasn't there, but man, DC's was.
It was a lot of like.
It was a lot of like hatred. You never seen the locks go through that.
Yeah, I mean,
Never.
a lot of that was Dipset. It even played out on social media. Like,
Not publicly.
Not
They
publicly,
never
and
went
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
If that's your people, it should never go public.
right.
Never.
I agree.
And that's the thing. No matter what the locks go through, you don't really hear about it.
No.
You don't hear about that, and we don't even know if the locks ever broke up or not. Believe it or not, they go through their shit. Trust me.
They do.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But you don't know if they broke up. But you know when Cam and them break up, and you know when there's something going on with them, and that should never be.
That's
They
why
want
Jada
alone.
said, I don't do the Twitter. I don't do the IG.
They went alone just off of that.
Listen, Kid said it on the verses perfectly. He said, "Listen, this is about hip hop." He said these dudes don't even know the lyrics of
Yeah,
the
it's
song.
Right.
Facts.
So
Joel was fucking up.
Mm.
Did y'all catch it?
Listen,
Him fucking up with the
Cameron
words.
too.
Cam got me mad with the
Cameron
freestyle the most.
too. He didn't.
Nah, he knew certain shit. Cameron knew his shit. But he fucked me up and got me real mad about that freestyle shit. Because I knew he was going somewhere with it. See, if you know Cameron,
I was back then with them, you know what I'm saying? If you know Cameron, and he was getting ready to say something, he had it down pat.
Yeah.
But the thing was, he couldn't get it together because there was so much shit going on, and he got
knocked
this is
out
the first
his
time you ever really seen Cameron get discombobulated, right?
Yeah,
He got
Think
knocked
about
out
it.
the square.
Think about it. He can't
Yeah,
get
he
it.
knocked
He
him off
can't
the
get
square.
it. He can't do his free. Think about the last time have you ever seen Cameron in the situation he was in the other night?
There was
Cameron kicking niggas. He can't do it freestyle. He was frustrated. He was fucked up in the head. He couldn't really get it together. Cause Cameron would come on the street and be like, "Yo, I tell you," you understand what I'm saying? So when he didn't do that the other night, I say, yeah, they got him. They got him. This is the first time you ever seen Cameron get got. The rest of the niggas be getting got. But this is the first time you ever seen Cameron get got.
Yeah, what did the
Cam should have came out in pink. Fuck it.
Hello, I said that. I said that from
My
jump.
nigga should have came out with a pink mink on and took it off. Like, come on now. It was.
Back and to the right.
Joel's came out like,
Looking
oh, Joel.
stupid.
Looking like
Stupid.
Look like how he used to
98.
dress.
Right.
Yeah, look like how he used to dress
Yeah,
back
but
in
he
the day
looked-
when he used to have the
He
lot
looked
29
stupid though.
iceberg.
He looked like the time traveler. I'm the time traveler from 2005.
Yo,
Yeah, that's what he did. That motherfucker hopped in
I'm not gonna be disrespectful or nothing, but I'm being disrespectful. He looked stupid. He really did look stupid. You know why? Because I felt like in the times, y'all niggas supposed to change with time because y'all had it back then with the bad coats. Did Cameron come out like that? You see Cameron came out with that big ass motherfucking Dipset chain with the Eagles all on it. Whatever sweatsuit he had on.
growth?
They still even got at
Jimmy.
about the leather suit.
Now, Jimmy was fly.
Yeah, he still was fine.
He had them leather.
But it wasn't compared, that whole leather suit he had on, it still wasn't compared to what the locks came out for.
They
They came out for business.
But that was a
You know
part
what I'm
of
saying?
it.
Tim, this is what we doing, Brooklyn.
But
We wear
fashion-
shorts and
Nah.
Tims and t-shirts
But
and all
you gotta
that.
also think though, fashion was a part of their mantra. The Dipset.
No, anybody from Harlem,
They
fashion
was-
is a part of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Any dude
Yeah, you
from
see all the
Harlem.
jackets and everything.
Yeah,
But what you call it, no one was wearing fatigues back then.
Yeah.
We all was
Right.
wearing fatigues and beef and broccolis and constructs. You know what I'm saying? So when Kiss came out like that,
he fucked them up.
I felt
Kiss got in their head early.
early.
First of all,
fucked
can
them
I
up.
say that? Can I say that even though it was camaraderie, or they kept saying that there was camaraderie on stage, who called Dipset pussies? Was it Cam? Was it
Nah,
Jadakiss or
nah.
Styles P?
Nah, it wasn't. It was Sheik.
She
When
said it.
Sheik came out, he said,
They
"Y'all
said
niggas
these
pussy.
niggas is pussy.
Y'all niggas is pussy."
I said that to me.
Yeah.
That was below the belt.
Right, but it had been.
Especially if you.
But it was a lot of social
But there was a
media.
lot of below the belt social media things going on.
But
I
I
didn't
was,
see
So
it.
it right, but for a whole 3 weeks,
Yeah,
there's
there
been a
was
lot of social media back
Jim
and forth.
Jones going
Jim
crazy
Jones
on
going
it.
crazy, bugging on them. So when they did get on stage, a lot of them then say nothing back. Only person really said a lot back was
Cameron.
Styles P. Styles P. I'm talking about
So on
social media.
Instagram.
I'm talking about on Instagram, social media. This has been going on for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
yeah, he
It was
made
a
an
beef.
apology and everything. Like,
Who made an apology?
Like, let me calm down. I don't want my people thinking
Styles
that,
P, right.
that I'm
That's
bugging
right.
out.
He did.
To affect my businesses.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let me just calm down.
He
So,
sure did.
Facts.
I thought the whole thing went left when Cam was mad late, one.
Yeah.
And then two,
He didn't
launch-
want to be
the
there.
launch here. When the launch here came out, I'm like, what we doing here?
You know, and it really went left too when he kicked son.
Yeah, it did.
It could have really went crazy and bananas when he kicked son
Because standing in front of somebody and see nobody didn't realize that's kind of the reason that son took his bandana off and threw it.
Jada?
Yeah, that's the only reason why. Because there wasn't no physical. Everybody was in each other's face. Even Jewels laid down. Remember Jewels laid down on the floor. It was just dope. But that kicking shit went left, bro.
Yeah.
When
Could have
Cameron,
went left.
yeah, it could have went left. Cameron kicked that man in his chest and was kicking him, and he was just grabbing his. That's fucked up.
Yeah. But we also gotta acknowledge how talented that Jadakiss is.
What?
Jadakiss has
There's
a
no
way.
denying that.
No, not in the music aspect. Even though he is.
Performing.
Yeah, no, but
A crowd.
the way he disrespect niggas respectfully, he did the same shit to Fabulous. When he was like sonning him, but acting like it was like bro, when he was disrespecting him respectfully.
I was mad at that.
Like
But I think-
Jadakiss know how to do that shit.
But I think that
he-
was different though.
Yeah,
Nah.
that was like,
I
to me,
think
it was
that
like
was
a big
different.
brother, little brother.
Yeah, I think
Where
that
you
was
take it to the
different.
court, like, I can still school you.
Yeah, but this
That's how it
this
goes.
shit
But that
right
shit was
here,
like violent.
it kind of got a little personal.
Crazy.
Bro, they got personal, like
Yeah.
personal when like.
That's a whole different shit.
And I was the same thing. He
Nah,
was disrespecting him respectfully.
nah,
Like the
nah.
shit he did with Joel Santana, and then he tried to come back and was like, no, you can step on my hat, and like took his hat off and shit. Like,
I think
Yeah,
it's a
but
little
he-
more critical though.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. With that Fabulous shit, you gotta understand something. With that Fabulous
bro,
shit.
he was sunning Fab the whole time.
Nah, you can't say he was sonning them because Fab got some shit.
Yeah.
Just like they got some shit. Nah, he wasn't sonning Fab. He was just showing
He
Fab.
was drunk. He
I
was
think
putting
Fab's
his arm on
DJ.
top of his
That's
I
his
think-
man,
I
though.
think Fab's DJ.
That's his man.
Messed it up.
Booth did not pick good songs for Fab. We all know Fab got fucking hits and playing
And,
hits.
and,
Yeah, and he's crazy with the lyrics.
and at a certain time, what happened? He was like, Booth, let's do it. And he left it in Booth's hands, just like you said.
Yeah, and so
You
a
see what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
it is the
It's
DJ
DJ,
as well.
The same way they left it, and whoever that DJ Dipset left it in that DJ hand. And then at the same time, they got emotional. But Tech
Too many things wasn't
and the
going
lock stayed on their knee. You get it?
I say like this: the first 4 rounds, it was to me a tie. Locks had 2, Dipset had 2 in the beginning. Where for me the shit went left
Go ahead,
was
go
when
ahead.
Jadakiss
Go ahead.
said we didn't violate you because Cameron was going crazy.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, we gonna, and then that fucking Biggie Who Shot Your beat came
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I put it on my page because to me that was the moment for me.
Yo, me
Sitting
too.
on that couch,
Me
So
too.
this is
watching
Me
this,
too.
I said, it's over
Me too.
for that.
facts.
Me too.
When he
It's
said
over for
it's the,
Dipset.
it's the mecca of hip hop.
He said,
What?
yo,
He
Yo.
said this is what these niggas want.
yo,
Oh my
What
god.
do
play that shit. Play that shit.
Do you have the
Yo,
audio?
you pussy.
No.
Y'all both together. Y'all
Neighbors.
pussy.
He said, one's a dick, one's a pussy, y'all neighbors.
I said,
I
this
said,
is-
oh my god.
I
it's
said, oh God, I said, I'm not never
Jumped up
going to
and had to
Madison
roll
Square
up. And
Garden.
I went outside, I had to roll up. I
I
said,
said-
I can't take it anymore.
No, no,
Your cousin was
I'm
getting
like,
washed.
I can't take it
He
anymore.
was getting washed.
I bet on the dips and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I had to
Here
do
we
too.
go.
It got
Yo, right now we got Cam Cousin in the building.
I
Yo,
tell y'all.
nah, we not disrespecting at all. Nah.
It's ill.
We not disrespecting at all. We got
Cam Cousin in the building.
I'm ready for the dips.
And guess what? That's family, and it don't go nowhere after that. Cause guess what? A lot of y'all don't got Cam family in the building. Yeah, we don't got some time. Check this out. We don't got some time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what this says.
Look, this is what we got in the building. It's family. So it is what it is. Killer season and all that.
the Tyra Banks shit. I rooted for you. Tyra Banks on American Idol.
You know?
Yeah, I voted for the Dips.
So I mean,
You supposed to though. That's your family. Come on. Let's be real.
Like, in my heart, I wanted Dipset to win, but I knew with everything going on, I was like, nah, it ain't gonna work. They don't got that chemistry. Yeah. Then when they came here to the Fillmore, right?
oh, I remember that. I
Yeah.
was supposed to go there. I didn't go. Yeah.
Show them.
Yeah, the show was like, it's different from when the Locks come here. Like, you can see the chemistry. You can see that they actually been groomed together and that they know they punch-ins. They know when they not gonna say something, when they man gonna jump on, like on an ad-lib. Like, everything is like a well-oiled machine with them.
True.
And they have faith in their DJ to just go do whatever he want. And the DJ is comfortable enough to know that, all right, I can drop anything and I know they're gonna be on point.
Right. But I am gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this about the Dip though. The only thing that's kind of really went wrong, they wasn't organized, number one,
Facts.
right? Okay.
DJ sucked.
Right.
Two.
But I'm gonna tell you the third thing. The thing I say is that they had joints to organize. They didn't organize their joints
They
right.
came in at the end trying to come.
Right, but they didn't have the music organized because they got joints.
Facts.
They got joints that have had some of the shit that they played the other night supposed to have that motherfucking garden tilted over as if Jay-Z was in the building.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They didn't do it. They just came pretty. Fly. They came fly and thought that was gonna take over. No, you dudes got joints. You dudes got music, and y'all didn't live up to the performance of your flyness. You know what I'm saying? Even with Jewels, with all of that stupid shit on, like coming to him. What's Eddie Murphy shit?
Coming to America?
No, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy when he was a bum.
Oh, 48 hours?
No, trading places. Looking like trading places. Even if they would have came that night, niggas would have forgave Jewels for looking like that. Because he really was heavy. He was really heavy, crazy. You know what I'm saying? All of them was heavy. You know what I'm saying? They would have forgave him for that if they would have came. Because they got songs and they got catalogs.
Why Freaky
But they
Zeke
didn't
ain't have no chance?
Because Freaky Zeke is a clown. Freaky Zeke is
he does.
sometimes he's me. When I want to be a clown. But that wasn't the night for it.
Yeah, we ain't had no shotters, we ain't had no whistle song.
Talk about it.
Joel Santana has a whole catalog. I thought he was going to carry them for real.
Because if you think about it, like,
That was
really-
that
He
was
did
turning out.
diplomatic.
Hey, cuz he's supposed to
Turn that
say.
out.
Hey, cuz he's supposed to say.
They should have came out
They ain't
hard
come
in
with
the
that.
As soon
beginning.
as you heard that, it'd been over.
As soon as you heard that whistle,
Oh, yes.
that shit's supposed. Yeah.
Wait, like, I'm thinking like,
That too. Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? I'm waiting for it. They play, oh boy.
They
but
played
it was-
Old
That
Boy.
shit was.
They ain't have no
It didn't even
momentum.
sound right.
You're gonna have momentum before you drop oh
It didn't
boy.
sound
Like,
right.
They didn't
I'm
have
waiting
no
for the
momentum.
whistle song bad.
And I was waiting for
didn't
like
happen.
back like cook crack from the song.
Facts.
What?
They should have opened up with the Dipset anthem. That's
They
what
would've
they.
got the crowd.
What? They should have opened up with the banger. It was like they were holding back their hits to the end, and then by then
And
the Locks
Jada-
killed
And
them.
the Locks was just going full force.
Yes.
Full
I said-
force. And talking.
Who you got winning round one?
How you talking?
Round one, Locks. Round
They
two,
set it off.
Locks.
They set it off.
Third and fourth round, Dipset, and then after that it was just the Locks all the
That's when
way.
they came in the beam on the third and fourth.
Because I think it was that freestyle with
I ain't gonna
Jada.
lie. I felt like
Yeah.
that when Santana, when he went crazy and he was in like Jadakiss face, like I felt like that was a moment right there where he was supposed to do that.
Right.
And then they lost the momentum again with the whole Jim Jones. I don't know what the fuck he was on.
He fell off the stage.
This
And
motherfucker
they
was
said
so
he didn't
high.
fall. He said he died then because his ring flew
No,
off.
he didn't. He
I
fell.
know.
He
I
fell.
said
You can
he.
see that clear as day. He fell off the
I'm
stage.
like, bro, what
Maybe
you
his ring
doing?
did die when he stepped off that motherfucking fell. Bet that.
I said that too. I said he bought me. He's up here stage.
Jeez.
Legit.
And he couldn't tell where the ring went.
I was expecting
Yeah.
more from Jimmy, and I didn't like the fact that they were trying to bubble Jimmy up. Like, nah, they should have let Jimmy like rock out.
Rock.
You let-
Locks, the Locks killed them. Let me tell you where the Locks
They
really
was-
killed them. When they was bigging up Max B.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When they
I
was
heard.
bigging up Max B and all
But-
the people that's in jail and that got beef with Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, these dudes is really
Because
getting
you
below
saw what
their belt.
Jimmy did after that happened,
Right.
right? He walked to him and talked to him and whispered in his ear. He walked to him and whispered it. But let me tell you something, though, even about that. When he started talking about Mel Matrix and all, those are my personal friends. Mel Matrix and the niggas is my personal people. They my friends. But let me tell you something. When he started talking about that and Shotty and the niggas, they didn't like that.
Oh.
They didn't like that because it was like the odds against them. Because they never bigged them up to that night. They ain't big them up that night. Remember?
Mhm.
And that's where it got a little offensive at. You know what I mean?
It got really disrespectful. And you're not from the streets where we from.
You won't know.
You won't know.
Yeah.
And I was there like,
Yeah.
what?
Nah, I
Because
thought-
my first kid's father, it was a total violation.
Facts.
My first kid's father was running with all of them.
And then you got
Max B and
Right,
Frenchie
yeah,
and all
right.
of them. Like,
right. Because I see him like it all.
I thought it was gonna.
I see my bro like it all that shit. I was like, oh shit.
yeah, like, I was like,
I thought it was gonna get crazy.
I thought it
I thought it
was
was
too.
too.
Especially after the kick. The kick, I thought it was gonna get crazy. You know, I'm glad it didn't because now they gotta go on tour together. So thank God it didn't, and you know what I'm saying? But she told you what was going to happen though. After he kicked them, it probably would have been a problem. But I'm glad it wasn't.
Well, she got to go get Styles up.
Yeah, she pushed Styles away, and Cam got up. Cam was getting prepared because he felt like he knew he disrespected. If you looked at the footage, Cam knew he disrespected, so he got up. And because if you look, he told son, get this nigga off my fucking foot. You know what I'm saying? After he kicked him, that wasn't fair. That's why son was holding his foot. Because he kicked him in the chest like 2 times.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
rough.
It wasn't fair, but you know what I'm glad though, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad it didn't go nowhere else. Because these guys get ready to go on tour and make millions of dollars.
But you heard him say
The price
they
went
don't-
up.
they don't
The
want-
price went up.
They said they didn't want to fuck up the money, so.
Nah.
That's the main goal.
Nah.
Them niggas is about to fuck the money up.
Yeah, it really got.
They was great. They was great.
It really was
money
kind
up.
of, yeah, they
They
was. It was both of them. It was Cam and it was Styles too at the same time.
Yeah.
Even though Cam did what he did was fucked up, but Styles was ready too because it was total disrespect. And I thought we was brothers, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of fake love after that. I
It
believe.
was.
I know
It was a lot of fake.
But I hope they can continue and just go on as men. Fuck that kid and make this money.
Nah, I need Dipset to get their shit together. Fuck all of that.
I don't know, after that fatality of, I don't think they like girls. It was over.
Oh,
Oh, that's
They kept-
Joel said that.
Joel's kept jumping in the shark infested water. He was setting his own self up,
And then,
bro.
and then he jumping in there, and then Jada kids go right in the motherfucking water and come up and be like this.
Yeah. Facts.
That shit was
And
crazy.
then the DJ knew, because they wasn't prepared to play girl
Nah.
music. You know how I know? Because the words was on those tracks with the girl songs. So me as a DJ, I knew they had they set. So the DJ went off key and grabbed some shit and was playing it like, okay, I see what's going on.
You would have did that?
Hell yeah.
Motherfucker.
You said going
I
to the
know you
ping pong
would.
bag.
I know you
Ping pong
would.
bag.
I know you would.
I want to let my nigga get set up like
I
that.
know you would've.
I've been running this laptop, bringing up all this.
You the DJ listening to your people and them.
Yep.
Yeah, I know your ass would have, Smitty, and I know he would have.
How about
To the
when,
ping pong bag.
listen? How about when they said we know about Grammys and y'all know about Grams? That
Yeah.
was also below the belt because you know
True.
Joel's had a known drug problem.
I feel bad.
Yeah, right.
You felt bad for Joel?
Yeah, I do. I feel bad for it.
Why?
Because like when you look at his career overall, you know like the backstory of everything,
There's
like the
potential.
shit that going, it was a lot of potential that was just
A
lost.
lot.
Lost.
You ain't lying.
Especially when
You
that
ain't lying.
project with Lil Wayne never came
Yep.
out.
Those
Yeah, that too,
can't
but
feel
then
my
again,
face.
He started hanging out with Wayne. So, you know, Wayne, heavy drug use, Wayne and all that. So
Yeah.
what you think that's
And he was
that's
drinking.
gonna
Remember he
influence
was
him, too.
drinking?
And lean.
Remember he was drinking?
Right, but Cam not a babysitter like how Cash Money gonna be a babysitter
To
for
the
Wayne.
Wayne, right.
So they not gonna treat.
Cam don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he can. You know how Cam is.
Yeah.
He's nonchalant. He's,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that detrimental to his career as
That's
well.
Yo,
See,
you think
Cam
about
had
it.
Cam.
Wayne and Joel's was neck and neck with each other at one point
Literally.
in
That's
time,
man.
bro.
That was man.
They was like as far
You know what could have been?
that shit crazy. They were supposed to drop an album, but Lil Wayne got.
Huh?
The Nike commercial.
Right, you're right, yeah.
For the Olympics.
Yo, but the
Facts.
craziest shit is that how the fuck that Jewels, how the fuck that Jewels don't rock with Wayne no more because of Dipset.
I didn't know that. I thought they were still cool.
You know, they not cool like that no more.
Well,
That's why they didn't drop the album.
that could
I know, but Wayne was the-
business.
Yeah, I think that was business. Cause so
And Lil Wayne
I interviewed Jewels
Okay.
years ago. I would say it might have been maybe right around 2004. Like I was rocking with Jewels heavy, and I asked him, when is that project coming out? He had the big A chain on that. I mean, I have it on my website. You can go to my YouTube and see those interviews that I did. World Star took my interview. You know what I'm saying? And Jewel said it was more of politics as opposed to them because the project was already done.
Facts.
Some of that means it's still done to this
It's
day.
still done to this day, just was never put out.
It was either game.
Fuck outta here.
Yeah.
I thought they had stopped rocking with each other.
Nah.
Nah.
I'm
Wayne
sure
and
now
Jewel
they stopped because I don't think it's anything crazy.
That project need to come
Probably was
out.
timing. too.
That project still need to come out. Just
It-
because
it-
it's
And
out.
then Jewels was supposed to drop another album and didn't drop
Yeah,
it.
like Lost Files or something, right?
Yeah, like I don't know what the hell
So you
happened.
think it's Cam?
I ain't gonna say because I don't know.
I think it could be because like when Cam.
It depends on
But you gotta also think about the label,
to.
because the
Oh,
label
yeah.
situation.
Cam,
labels.
It was a label.
Cam and Jewels was both signed to Def Jam. When Cam left Def Jam, Jewels stayed.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a business thing. Because I remember Jewels at an interview years ago, and he was saying like, "Shout out to Cam for putting me on."
Right,
XYZ,
right,
but I would
yeah.
never do business with him again. He said
Facts.
that.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did he say that to?
Left. He was like the last
Jewels
one
to
left.
Cam.
Jewels, he said that about Cam, but I'm pretty sure they probably cleaned that up.
So
now.
why?
Yeah.
So
What
why?
he said back then.
You know what I ain't
He
understand
was-
either? Why they just bought Dipset and didn't bring the Diplomats, and two of the
I said,
Diplomats
didn't I
was in
say
the
that? I
crowd.
said
Yeah.
that.
Hell Rel was in the crowd. J.R. Ryder was in the
J.R.
crowd.
I'm pretty sure.
Unkasa wasn't there.
Unkasa
Unkasa
was
wasn't
the
there.
Stone Game.
Yeah, but it's all in that same umbrella.
It's all
Yeah.
it's all the same.
So
Nah, but
Sim
Unkasa
was there.
is Dipset though.
He's
I
on
mean,
the
he's
Soul Game. That's Jewels. That's
That Jewels played.
Yeah.
Skull Gang.
but
And there's Unkasa,
but-
John Depp.
but Dipset.
But it,
But he had
Skull Gang was
Diplomats
under
there.
Diplomats.
The
umbrella.
Diplomats was there.
Yeah.
Like, and he's supposed to have like that's supposed to be help.
That's what I thought that both
I ain't
Dipset
understand.
and the Locks were
To
bringing
be
out
honest, when
that-
I seen all of them coming on stage,
And I just
that's
told
what I thought it
J
was.
Hood. I talked to J Hood today. No, yesterday. And I was like, yo, man, y'all need to get it together.
I talked to J Hood yesterday, and I told him I was like, yo, y'all need to get it back together, bro. You know what I'm saying? He talked to me a little bit, but when I said that, he ain't respond back to me because we was talking about some other stuff. And I was like, yo, y'all need to get it back, man,
It's
because
a crucial part.
you're right. And I was like, yo, J Hood, man, you know what I'm saying? He
Help
DM
with
me.
mixtapes and all.
Sometimes he talk out on my Instagram, and sometimes he DM me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, it wasn't the same because you supposed to have been on there. You understand what I'm saying? And I told him that. I was like, y'all need to get it together, bro. Because y'all got a lot of music together that if they would have put that up there,
Played a joint with Chris Brown.
it would have been dope.
That was
Right.
incredible. All of that.
Yeah.
I think that was supposed to be his third album rollout. I guess it never came out.
Yeah, I mean,
J.R. Ryder helping out with the mixtapes as well.
Facts, JR.
So
Huh? Hell Rel?
LL too.
Huh? Yeah. And Hell Rel was sitting right in the crowd. Him and J.R. Ryder. I was like, wow, they supposed to be on stage.
the J Hood too though, because like without J Hood, those mixtapes was a push as hard as
There
they
you
did.
go.
Facts.
There you go. And I always say that.
But this
What was
is
the
why the
DJ
Locks
name?
was so successful this night.
It would have been extra if they had J Hood though. It would have been extra. I know for a fact it
No.
would have been extra.
And why was Sugar J there? Sugar J was on stage. Why was Sugar J there?
There was a
You know,
lot of
Sugar J-
people on stage that.
Yeah, but Sugar J had the yellow on and the glasses. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
he doing there? He makes clothes.
Right.
I mean, he's from Harlem. He had the Harlem haberdashery.
Designer for the night.
Come on, man. Come on. What was the point of Sugar J being there? Anybody?
Why
Well,
didn't
on
they want to
stage.
get off the
Just
stage
say on
towards the
stage.
end, though?
Right.
That's what I want to
Just
know.
say on stage.
Right, on stage. You
Just
know,
on stage.
and why didn't nobody want to get off the stage?
Right.
It took them so long.
They could like 10 times niggas was standing there like, nah, they ain't talking to me. Like,
Right. And then it took Freaky Zeke and them to be like, I don't care who you with.
Whoever you with, well, on both sides, get off the stage, because Locks really didn't have nobody on stage with. It was all Dipset, you know what I'm saying? And Freaky Zeke really had to kind of curse them niggas out a little bit, excuse me for saying it
Now,
in
you could do it.
but to say, yo, get off the stage, I don't care whose side you on. With us, who there, this, that, and the other. And he really did that. He got him off the stage.
Now let me ask y'all a question, because this was posed to me earlier, before the whole verses went down. The Locks is down with Swiss Beats.
yeah.
Swiss Beats, we all know, Swiss and Tim, they own the verses thing.
Yeah.
This is their thing, the verses. You really think Swiss was gonna allow the Locks to perform any other way than what they did? You don't think that was a little bit rigged and a little bit against Dipset?
Nah.
Anybody know?
Now, the only reason why I wouldn't say that is because they was adjusting to the temperature. They kept readjusting to what was going on. So it was planned, but they had room for adjustments.
Right.
Like if it go this way, this is what we gonna do. If it go this way,
Right.
like it was
It's
like
all about timing and what you doing on your side.
No, it wasn't rigged. It was about,
I'm not saying it was rigged, but do you think that there was more favoritism
No.
towards the Locks?
nah, it can't be no favoritism in the
Not for
battle.
us.
It's about your catalog and your catalog. It's about what you do. It's about how you perform. It's about what you say. So it wasn't no favoritism. It was about how you perform and what songs you perform to go against the other songs.
Dipset wasn't prepared.
And guess what? Dipset didn't. They had the songs, but they didn't go up against what the Locks had playing.
It could have been
And the Locks
better.
didn't go up against what
We got
Dipset
cheated.
had playing. So
We
you
got
see
cheated.
what happened?
No, we got cheated. That's what happened.
And I would also look at the Locks as real MCs.
They are.
Real MCs versus rappers.
Computer
There's a
people.
total difference.
Yeah.
Total difference.
They had the whole
But
package.
I still say this.
Joel Santana is a real MC to me.
I
Yeah,
still
he
say,
is.
yeah, I still say this though. I say this and I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna always say this. The Locks had a category to go against, a category to go against their category, not the catalog. It's not about the
Yeah,
catalog.
change it
They
up.
had a category
Change it up.
because when they play this, they thought, quick, I could play this. When you play this, I could play this. Dipset didn't think that way.
Yeah.
They didn't think that when
They-
we go up on
They stonks in the
recognize
garbage.
that we could play some other songs. That's, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
like
what
when
happened.
he said I don't think they like girls, how they could just switch.
You see how quick?
Yeah, like,
That wasn't the
That
next
was quick
song.
thinking.
No
No.
girl song was the next
Exactly.
song from them.
that's a
It was
fact.
until Sunset, y'all don't got no girl songs. And then he was like, yo, what? Boom, boom, boom,
And they
boom.
put that Mariah Carey
It
joint
was
on quick.
But listen though, but think now,
You see how you said that? You see how quick they put the
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey song on so quick, right? Now check out how quick they took it off and put on other songs. Check out how quick the next song they took off and put on other songs. They could have just did that. You understand what I'm saying? When he
But
said
they-
that?
He put on
they
the
dropped-
J-Lo joint.
They dropped the hammer on them.
They dropped that hammer.
That's what
That
they
wasn't
did.
planned. That wasn't planned.
That was the
Himself out.
That was
See,
the
that
thing.
wasn't planned.
And he went
that wasn't
hit,
playing.
hit, girl.
And that's why I was like, oh shit, this is so crazy.
Right. Well, all them girl hits, they should.
But now,
Violence.
think of that. You don't think Swiss came to them as this is his crew. They was part of Rough Riders.
Right?
You don't think he came to them and gave them a heads up like, listen, y'all gotta prepare for any and everything.
No.
These are the joints. You don't think I would think that.
Nah, because guess what?
I don't think
Nah.
he has
Right,
to.
get ready for war, but
That's
here's
it.
your look, Swiss before Swiss is anything else, he was a DJ.
Right.
And then a producer. He was a DJ before he was a producer. He learned to become a producer. That
Right.
wasn't his first
That's
job.
true.
He's a DJ. You don't think he came to his brothers
With the
of all with the lineup? Like, yo, if they come with this, y'all got this, and that. Line it up. You don't think he said that at all? Nobody.
I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
I'm
Maybe.
not saying he had a motivation,
I'm
conversation with them.
Right, but I'm saying maybe, okay, that's a good
He
point.
had something.
But let me tell you
He
something.
lined it up.
Now, I ain't gonna say you lined it up,
He checked it
but
off.
you gotta understand, these guys has been together forever.
And that's
They
right.
have their own mind. Because if that was the case, who was
DMX and Snoop Dogg.
who was no. Who was
Yeah,
what
you
you
know what I'm
call it,
saying?
producers and DJ and all that? Dipset.
Oh, they got.
So it could have been the same way. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just that these guys has been performing together, has been organized together. They never broke up that we know of. They always performing together. Just that though. It ain't about Swiss Beats. You understand what I'm saying? It could be about Swiss Beats too. It could be. But then we gotta realize, what about Dipset? Who got they back? What DJ got they back? What producer got they back?
I don't think nobody
Even
did that.
okay, but
Yeah,
okay,
nobody-
then,
nobody-
okay.
They got a producer. They got,
okay then.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Reason is from Heat Makers.
Yeah, and he made them niggas.
I thought that he would be the
See?
That would make more sense.
See?
I thought that he would be the
See?
That would make more sense.
See?
He's the one that, you know what I mean, that produced the first album.
Right.
All them songs.
Right, and he makers is some of the.
Who was the DJ? I just tried to Google him and I couldn't find him on Google. Who's the DJ?
Reason is from Heat Makers.
What was
Oh, you talking about to do that? Oh.
Damn, I tried to Google him. They not on Google. They just talking about
He didn't even say.
See, that's why
I'm
I'm not gonna take it to a personal with Swiss Beats. You gotta understand how the locks work and how they move. They know each other rhymes all day, 50%. You gotta understand, Cam and them know each other rhymes too, but they not as close no more because they go through a lot of different. They got yo, this nigga Jada can spit Styles B rhyme. Jada can spit what's we call Sheik Luke's rhyme. What's we call it spit Jada Kiss rhyme. So it was like, and neither one of them did it. So it's not about what's his beat. It's about knowing your partner as a performer and a partner. You my man. I can't be around this every day and don't say let's go. Or she say let's go. You understand what I'm saying? Because she gotta know when I'm getting ready to say that. I'ma always know when she say, yeah, this is got some blah. That's it's chemistry. That's what it's about.
You seen it though when they was going like back to back, like Panero and Kiss, and I'm like, whoa.
And they really was back to back.
Literally back to
Literally,
back.
his back was to his back. And going.
Holding it down. Just holding
it down. That ain't nothing that Swiss Beats can produce. That's nothing Swiss Beats can produce. That's something that they only can do. And they only can produce. So it really wasn't about Swiss Beats.
And it seemed natural. It didn't seem.
Everything was organic with it. It was organic with it.
It was organic as hell, and that's what made it coachable.
I'm here with you every Thursday, bro.
Yeah,
I'm here
facts.
with you every Thursday. So when you throw on certain joints and certain your mixes, and I'm like this, that's natural.
Right.
That's not old shit. This some shit that Smitty threw on this week. I heard this before, and if I didn't hear it, I get used to it because he's gonna play it again. That's what it was about.
I guess.
Word, I'm telling you, that's what it was about.
But the win, regardless, went to the Locks, but more so for New York, period. There was a lot of people who wish they were from New York watching this versus battle so that they could understand. Because, you know, I want to just really quickly talk about a time where I hosted a T.I. concert out here with No Limit Larry. Shouts to No Limit Larry. That's my brother. Power 98, love you.
No Limit, what up, baby?
And we were having a battle. And I'm from New York. I don't know what's popping in Charlotte. And vice versa. But I'm in Charlotte. And me and Larry had to go back and forth on what was popping in the 90s versus the 2000s. So I'm like, Wu-Tang. He's like, Wu-Tang. He's like, do you know where you at right now? He was like, that is not gonna fly. And they booed me. They booed me. The whole crowd. I think Ovens Auditorium.
The first verses.
No. What? I lost. They booed me. What? I got booed. But it was crazy because people from down south here, when certain songs dropped, whether it was on the Lock side or the Dipset side, they didn't understand what it was to a New Yorker to get that beat drop. They were like, oh, what? Who shot you? Who shot you?
Yeah.
Yo, I remember Biggie had the track, so he shot you, and he said somebody brought him the track as if it was like crack, like you need to listen to this because this is what you gotta go up against. Like, and for we know what that track is, but down here it's like, you know, the
You don't really hear.
it don't hit. It don't hit.
It
Like,
was.
it was a
And
knock
that's
for us.
and see what she's saying. You see what
You see what Viv's saying? So now, right? Y'all just witnessed this. North Carolina just witnessed this the other night. He dropped the Who Shot Your track.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? And the whole garden, that's when
Went
the stadium
crazy.
rocked. That's
Did
when
you
the
see
stadium
Fat
rocked.
Joe? Fat Joe went crazy in that
The
crowd.
stadium rocked. All it had to do was the beat.
Yep.
And then he
Just
go.
to be, he didn't have to
and
say
then
nothing.
He could have said, But he didn't. He went in to represent Biggie. And you see how that's where, no disrespect, that's where they lost their confidence at.
Yeah.
When
That
he
was
did that
the end.
freestyle,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where they lost their confidence
That
at.
was a fact.
Because what Jadakiss did, when he did that, I didn't even really want to hear what he had to say when the beat dropped. I really didn't want to hear what Jadakiss
He
had to
dropped
say.
that
Because
shit.
I know where he was going and I know what he was going to do because I'm from Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant. I'm from the home of Biggie and Jay. I've been around them. I've been around all of this shit forever. So when he did that, I said, he's not going to make a mockery of Biggie. Believe it. And when he did it and it really went the way it went, and he dropped that mic, I said, that's what he's supposed to do. That shit gave me chills.
Yeah.
My fat ass had chills.
Everybody from New York.
My fat ass had chills. And it was just like, God damn, I just went back to that mic.
Yeah.
Very
It
fast.
brought you back to that.
Very
Facts.
fast.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna
yeah.
keep it real.
And I wasn't even there. He dropped the mic the way he did.
I
Yeah,
Because it was an
tried to
exclamation.
break it.
Yeah, like
Shit, I dropped the remote. I dropped the remote. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that was something.
you know what I'm saying? I'm still thinking about it.
But listen,
Give you chills.
I'm gonna watch it again.
you can't go wrong.
Y'all might be cited on my Instagram page.
Listen. It's our time. That's our time.
It is?
Damn.
Nah, we still got a half an hour to go.
That is our time. Gossip time. You can never go wrong on gossip time. Each and every Thursday at Zoo 8 ENT from 8 to 10 p.m. with my lovely DJ and co-host.
L. Smitty, baby.
And your boy Big Jones L, a.k.a. Let's Go!
We want to give a special shout out to Nicole, NEM the brand. Please
Yes.
once again give out your social media where everybody can catch you at and get your services.
N_E_M_ the brand on Instagram, website nemthebrand.com, and you can text, email, or call for booking your appointments.
Check it out. The number is on there.
Y'all should see her toenails and her
Oh
fingernails.
my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, pretty.
I seen her face already, so I ain't worried about that. I seen her face already, but her nails and her toenails and her fingernails are
Flawless.
beautiful.
And shouts to Cameron, cousin.
Yeah, my gosh.
I put money on the dips.
You should have. You ain't do nothing wrong. Let's
I'll-
go.
I'll back that.
Tell him your name.
Lily Splash. Follow that. Lily Splash on the IG.
Okay. You better go ahead and stop acting
No, I'm
like.
just Los Angeles down here visiting Charlotte for the weekend, visiting my folks.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, so you still in Brooklyn?
Nah, I'm not. I'm in upstate, but I still got family back
Okay.
home. I go home and see all.
Let's do it.
Touche.
All right.
Yo,
We out of here. Smitty, you can play music now because it's towards the end.
As we